Okay, hello everybody. Hopefully we are back on and things are. I'm just checking Twitch real quick to make sure that the stream is working just fine. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now you guys can see me on Twitch. Hello, hello everyone. Hopefully those that were watching pop back on. But today, like I said before, I'm going to be working on this painting. I started it yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago on my birthday, and it's hopefully it's gonna be a good time. I'm not streaming to TikTok today, just in case anyone was interested. I just felt like there was too much going on already, and I just didn't want to add another layer of life to myself. But I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit because it is pretty far away from like the actual painting. I think I'm gonna turn on the spotlight too because I feel like we're losing pixels. Can't find the cord to my light. Okay. Why is it going that way? It's like... How did it get tangled like that? Okay. Now I see it. Now I can grab it. I'm gonna plug it in. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. There we go. Now I feel like that's a better view for you guys. A little closer to myself and to you guys. But I do have an announcement that I will be saying later on in the stream. But I am very excited for the future, everyone. Excited for how things are about to change for the better. Nothing bad is happening. I'm just moving on to a bigger step in my life. So I'm not exactly sure how interesting this will be, because this will be the stream will be a lot of fun. I don't want to talk you guys out of watching me. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of working on smaller details. I guess I always do a lot of small details because usually I work on extremely tiny things, so... Of the bookshelves to get some more paint on it, and I want it to look a little different than the hard dark brown that we already have going on. So just adding some lighter brown. I don't want to mess up the books though. I just want to add some stuff. you guys let me know how you're doing today, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, the weather. Don't matter. I'm a friendly person. We can chit chat. Or you guys can just watch me work. I'm fine with you guys lurking too. Either way, I appreciate you being here. Like I said before, I'm just touching up some different areas on the bookshelf and stuff, making the shelf stand out a little more. Probably have to redo some of the shelving a little bit, but that's fine. I wasn't exactly sure on Tuesday. I was just really winging it. I was like, it's my birthday. I want to do something a little different. So let me just paint something random. So it's not like a AI generated, like, enchanted book nook shelf in a castle or whatever. And I was like, oh, that might be cool to do something concrete and not AI generated, you know? A lot of what I did on Tuesday was just me going with the flow. I didn't have like an actual reference to go from, I was just making stuff. I did like find some references of like bookshelves or castle walls and stuff like that, but it's not like I'm, you know, took a picture of a mountain and then recreated it, you know, like I usually do. Take a picture of a sunset and, you know, make that on a canvas and then make it into like a whole scene or something. This was just, I had an idea. Wanted to see how well I could execute it. think this looks very shoddy. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just like, I don't like this. just adjusted it a little bit more. Okay, now that I've lightened up the bookshelf, once that dries, it's time to put books on it. While that's drying, I'm going to work on what's through the window. Just mixing some different colors together. I'm gonna go back and do some details on the rocks. Get some cool grays I've mixed together. You know, we've got like brown details in there. I don't want to get rid of those, but I just want to experiment a little bit. I do like when rocks have a lot of different. Okay, we're gonna show this one. I got it. Well, I picked it up by a riverbed, and it's got lots of different colors and textures and stuff in it. So. Just want to make sure that it looks interesting, you know. I mean, it's not going to be super hyper detailed because it is far away, but I do want there to be interest and intrigue when you look out the window. And I haven't cleaned my brush, there's still some blues on it. Just experimenting and trying out different things. I don't have a super solid plan. You guys probably can't tell, but there's a lot more life in these rocks. Oh, yeah, it's showing up. bookshelf is dry. I do like the things I added with the rocks. I don't want to spend all day on the rocks because I know you guys can't see them too well. Okay, the bookshelf is mostly full. I do want to make the lining more visible. Ooh, there it is. Gonna get some burnt umber, some crimson, touch of black, 25 dark wood. Maybe a touch more black. A little bit of water so that it spreads a little easier. Some touch-ups on the bottom of the shelf. I don't know if I want this to be like shelving or if it just be like wood details, you know? Like paneling, not paneling. You know, sometimes like wood has like interesting like carved things into it. I want to play around with that. And so this can just be solid down here for now until it dries a little bit, and then I'll look at some references. I do think I need to adjust the carpet because I don't think it's... I'm going to trim some of that off. How did I make that color yesterday? It wasn't on yesterday. I don't know why I keep saying yesterday. It was like 2-3 days ago. It was 2 days ago. Oh. Did I just add white to... No. There's something missing. I'll figure it out. Trying to figure out how to... Okay, you come here. I'm gonna dangle you off the edge. Dipped my thumb in yellow. You know, I have this giant ruler, but I also have smaller rulers I could be using. I'm gonna grab a smaller, like pro tip. tractors and stuff. And math, everybody. How did I have it before? Mark it real quick. Don't mind me being awkward. Okay. Well, at least now I know where to paint. Because this does not want to stay in place, but now I know where to paint. That was the goal. This is the wrong shade. It's gonna bother me if I don't figure it out. Is there some orange to it? A little bit, yeah. I'm not set on that color for the floor anyway, but I just wanted to adjust this carpet because I realized shortly after the stream that it wasn't going at an angle like it should be. I was like, okay. Oh, Angelina liked the video. I didn't even see that. That's the thing about multi-streaming, is that only some things will, like, notify me. Like, if I don't have the application up, I'll never know. I guess unless I... sister, I wanted to see what it said. Let's look at, like, I guess maybe kind of like a gothic type feel to is what I'm imagining, you know? Working on the bookshelf. job, but gotta start somewhere. Oopsies. I can paint over it. I can paint over it. I want to do some sort of design in the wood. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, you can kind of see what I just did, but not a whole lot. Maybe I'll leave the small detailing for a little later. But I do want to. I definitely want to change the frame of the window. Definitely want to do that. So I want to clean that up. Also, I feel like the arch of the window is a little weird. So we're gonna get our handy dandy another math tool. I don't want to stab the canvas with this protractor. Oh, that'll work. Got a little bit of the what is this called? Kneaded eraser. Just gonna smaller. That's not really giving me an arch though. It's just giving me like a okay. Without the point, it's okay. Yeah, this is a bad idea because it's not giving. It's math. Okay. There was an attempt. I'm not doing perfect angles. How does one clean a Nook? Feather duster. You organize the books. And make sure you clean all the nooks and crannies, otherwise spiders will gather. Can't let them feel too safe, you know? Like if they're in a spot where you can't reach, and they're just, taking out like a bunch of bugs for you, ants and stuff, and it's like, okay, maybe you're fine. But if they start moving and going past their territory, then you gotta do something about it. Gotta make sure they stay in their place. Yeah, spiders are good, but their legs freak me out and I don't want them touching me. So if they get past, you gotta take them out. They gotta stay on their land. Like I'm fine with it, a spider chilling by the screen door and like killing bugs that are trying to enter my house. Like, yeah, sure, stay there. You're fine. If I see you in my kitchen, my bedroom, my bathroom, where I shower, you gotta die. The only time they aren't good is when you live in Australia and one can be the size of a large dog. And lots of venomous ones. My point is, I don't know how people survive in Australia. Yeah, so Australia is definitely hard mode. I don't get it. like, you see pictures and stuff and you're like, wow, it's beautiful, and then you see pictures of, like, their wildlife and it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I will stay in my state where it is snowing 7 out of the 12 months. I will stay right here. Like, I will definitely visit. Well, I don't know about going to Australia. I'll visit warmer states, but like living in one, I don't want their problem, you know. They they gotta deal with droughts and bigger bugs and I don't know about that. I feel like the summers in Michigan wouldn't be as bad as far as bugs if we weren't surrounded by all this water, but we are surrounded by all this water. So I don't know what states would be better to live in. At most, I might visit New Zealand because Lord of the Rings, but Australia, heck nah. I don't know. I've never really thought about going to New Zealand. Like, it looks pretty, but it was never like, oh yeah, I'll go to New Zealand. When I was younger, the places I really wanted to go to were Japan, Hawaii, South Korea, you know, that type of stuff. But I don't know. Michigan also wouldn't be so bad, at least our roads wise, if we switched to something else besides salt, use like sand or something. When I was in Colorado visiting my cousin, I remarked about how clear and smooth the roads were. And there was one point we were going up a mountain, right? And there was like a warning sign that said bad roads ahead. And then when you get on the road, it's just like the average street in Michigan. Like, that was the quality of the road. I'm thinking that it was about to be like a dirt road, that it was about to be potholes and stuff, but it was just like, it needed to be fixed. Like, it needed, there were some cracks that needed to be filled in. And it was just slightly bumpy. It was just like, that's it? This is bad roads in Colorado? And he had told me that they don't use salt during the winter. They use sand and like some sort of other mixture, and so it doesn't deteriorate the roads. And I was like, wait, us putting salt on the roads is just making our whole pothole terrible road situation worse? It's like, why don't we switch to something else? Yeah, if the roads weren't so terrible and it wasn't so humid all the time, this would be a great place to live, I guess. It just kind of is what it is, in my opinion. Like, it's not terrible, it's not great, it's Michigan. Even the water in Australia is more dangerous, with a bunch of the most venomous stuff being in that region. Yeah. Yeah. Like that one super cute, super poisonous jellyfish? No, octopus. It's an octopus. It's like, its body is like, kind of like orange. Not orangey, it's like, hey, if I say a color name, that's not gonna make sense. It's like yellowish orange, and then it's got these blue rings, kind of look like spots. Yeah, no, I didn't know that the salting the roads ruined the roads, Zaboni. No. Really seems like we should be doing something else, because our politicians campaign on fixing the roads, or finally fixing the roads. Our governor campaigned on fixing the GD roads, and the roads are the same. The roads are the same. There's also a lot of dirt roads, like even in like super nice neighborhoods, it's like it'll be paved like halfway, and then like once you get to like and I'm talking about like neighborhoods that have like multi-million-dollar homes, like it'll be like a dirt road for like half a mile, and then like you turn to the neighborhood, and then everything's paved. It's just like outside of it, there's just, you are risking your car going into these neighborhoods. I'm just like, the property value of these houses, and y'all can't pave this? Like, you got a pothole like a foot deep, and y'all can't pave this? I know this house right here is $2.5 million. Why ain't this road paved? It's also why cars and stuff rust worse up there. It's a conspiracy. We're the Motor City. They just want to sell more cars. That's what it is. The roads are terrible, and the high car insurance and all that jazz. It's all a racket. I'm convinced it's all a racket. And it's not like we have like good transportation systems either. We don't have, I mean, we have like buses and stuff, but we don't have like a ton of buses like going like bus routes and stuff, and we don't have like a lot of public transportation. And there's people that do Uber and Lyft, but it's not like you can just like hail down a taxi anywhere or anything. You can call a taxi number and then they come and meet you somewhere, but like, you can't get anywhere, really do anything, have a job anywhere unless you own a car in Michigan. Unless you happen to live by somewhere where you can walk to work. It usually is. Things are usually set up to line someone's pockets. Ain't that the truth? Let's go back to trains. They're cooler and more efficient. Trains would be cool. We have a lot of like abandoned railroad systems. I don't want to say abandoned, but you know, just stuff that's not in use anymore. When I lived out in the sticks, though, there was a train that would this was maybe about 40 minutes north of where I used to live, but there was a train that would like run, and like sometimes I'd be like praying that the train would like come so our bus would be like going to school. But then I'd be mad after school if we got caught by the train. Like, I want to go home and play video games. I gotta sit here for 15 minutes because of this train. Imagine if we could have sky trains one day. That would be so sick. That'd be terrifying. What if there's a crash? What if there's a crash? Like when I saw the reboot of Total Recall and there was like flying cars and they were like getting into wrecks and stuff, I was like, oh no, I'm scared. What the sky train gonna crash into its own rails? Like regular trains don't crash or, you know, or get derailed. There were a couple of trains in Ohio that got derailed and dumped a bunch of chemicals into the water or something. Like a year or two back. And I was just like, Like people were mad because the government wasn't sending aid. Was it a train? I'm pretty sure it was a train. I'm fact checking myself. Yep. Happened in East Palestine, Ohio. The train was carrying hazardous materials when 38 cars were derailed. Yeah. I'm not excited about human error mixed in with sky trains. Just seems like a bad idea. We can do regular trains. I'd be fine with that. But sky trains? I don't even like airplanes. I get sick on airplane rides. I mean, I don't vomit, but it's like, I don't know, it's just like my insides just, maybe I just get so anxious that I'm just tightening everything. I don't know, but like my stomach is just in knots. Even hours after we land. Like if I'm flying somewhere, I just plan on not eating for the rest of the day, cause tummy hurt, tum hurt, tum really hurt. Said the 30-year-old. Well, I hope in our imaginary train future they don't move dangerous chemicals with sky trains. You would hope so. You would hope that they didn't move dangerous materials like that, but you know. Humans do dumb stuff. Figure out what I want to do with the wall. I don't think I want it to stay this shade. Even though I've changed the color of this wall like 5 different times. I mean, it's not a bad color. It's just, it's not complete, you know? There's something about it that just doesn't feel complete. Maybe if I started doing some wood texture on it, I'd feel better about it. me zoom in on this wood texture. Thanks, Google. You're great. Ooh, that looks nice and interesting. Oh, that looks like a tree. Neat. Something that's more like paneling. Or I could have it like some nice old wood grain up in this piece. Maybe. We're still figuring things out, so nothing wrong with just trying a couple things, you know? I feel like every image of wood texture online just has terrible resolution. That's fine. I'll just... That's fine. I'm gonna get some black, make it really thin, thin it down to basically the consistency of ink. I'm gonna make more, not more, I'm gonna make some lines on the wall. Hold the ruler with my right hand, make lines with my left. This is the most measuring I've had to do in a while for a piece. Usually, I do like a grid. It's like that's it. Thankfully it's not as hot as the last few days. Yeah, it's cooled down a little bit. I think this weekend it's gonna be like 82 to 87. Which isn't terrible, I guess. myself some lines so I know where to do texture at. On to the next line, I guess. Certainly a line. Alright, well we got our lines in. We can start doing texture stuff. There's no snacks over there, Dad. No.
That's what we want to be.
No, you can't have those.
Why?
You're not supposed to have chips.
Why?
Those are carbs. You just had a sandwich. Okay, so we're going back to our paneling. I don't know how well you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But I'm definitely doing things. I tried adding some light brown to the paneling, but I don't like the way that it looks, and so I'm just gonna it wasn't just the fact that it was a light brown, it was a different hue, and it had more oranges and stuff in it. So it wouldn't look, it didn't look like it was coming from the same tree, I guess. Maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep trying things out. Let me see if I can bring you guys close so that there's less loss in detail. Ah! The camera! The camera! Okay. You guys can see. You guys can see. You're fine. You're fine. I think this is looking better. This going on. Obvious wood details. I think it's better than just having a plain wall, that's for sure. Bless you. I'm gonna switch back to the black now so I can do more of the kind of like shadow grain. That doesn't make sense. Just the darker grain and the wood. Shadow grain. Shadow grain ninjutsu. This is not too much. There we go. Well, hey, DJ Cal, how you doing today? It's good to see you too. It has been a while. I was still in my 20s the last time I saw you. I turned 30 on Tuesday. camera because I was working on a bigger canvas, and so I figured this would be better. I still do the other angle when I do minis. I just didn't feel like doing minis this week. Thank you, I appreciate the happy birthday. People keep asking me how does 30 feel, and I would keep telling them it felt the same as 29 because y'all were calling me 30 then. How are things with the family? Family's doing good. You know, everyone's still just adjusting to things since my mom is gone now. How is the ministry going? The ministry is going real good. We're actually getting supplies together for a drive. There's a pregnancy center near us that helps out women. They give like free checkups, ultrasounds and stuff like that. It's completely 100% run by donations. And so if someone signs up with their program, then they get baby supplies up until the child is 2 years old. So like different churches and other groups donate like diapers and wipes and clothes and formula and baby food and stuff like that. And so I organized a drive, and we're going to be getting everybody's supplies together on Sunday. We're going to pray over the supplies, and I'm going to drop them over at the center on Monday. Wow, that's so good. Yeah, we're a small ministry, but we try to help out where we can. For a while, we were helping out people in Pakistan, getting Bibles, because there's not a lot of Christians, period, in Pakistan, but we were raising money to send Bibles in their language over to them and stuff. And so we love helping out other people when we can. We're a tiny ministry, but we have a big reach, and we have big hearts. If you have a digital link that I could promote on my channel, I would be honored. Okay! Yeah! Yeah, I'll send you something after the stream. I'll whisper something to you. That sounds so weird. I wish there was a different way to... I'll DM you or something. I wish Twitch's DMs weren't called whispers, because it's like, oh yeah, it just sounds weird. Like, I'll send you a whisper, or, you know? Am I overthinking it? You know what I mean. No, I don't mind your questions. I don't mind your questions. How are things with you? You said things are well here too. Okay, that's good. I saw you were streaming the other day. It might have been yesterday, day before. I'm not sure. But I was like, dang, I wish I could watch, but I'm in the middle of something. On the business side of things, I do have something. At the beginning of the stream, I said I'd wait to talk about it, so it's dang near the end of it, so I'll go ahead and talk about it now. I got my own studio, and so I'll be able to. I won't be streaming on Tuesday because I get the keys on Tuesday, so I'll be moving things in there and sorting things out, putting things on the wall and stuff. But I got my own space finally to work at, and I'll see about streaming there on Thursday. I don't know. I might still be, getting things together and set up, but I'm gonna be teaching lessons and having painting classes, and finally gonna have my own space because I've been painting in my mama's kitchen for the last 5-6 years. And I've been wanting to get my own space for a while, but Mom was cool with it. She'd always come over and stare at what I was painting and go, that's nice, that's nice. Hope you get to document that journey on vids to share. Yeah, I'll do that. Definitely do that. It's not a huge space, but a space is a space, I'll be glad to be able to go back to teaching lessons regularly. Because before, when I would teach lessons, I would just gather all my stuff and then go to wherever, people's churches or businesses, or taught at a university for a little while, a couple classes there. when I would talk to people about it, like when I would talk to my siblings, so I'm like, I'm teaching with no degree. I'm teaching at a university with no degree. And we would just laugh about it. I know you'll be amazing and enhance the community. Oh, thank you. I'm really excited about it. When I talk to people, they're always surprised that I don't have any training as far as going to university. I'm just like, I learned from the Holy Spirit and watching Bob Ross. I don't know what to tell you. And of course, thousands of hours of trial and error. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something, and I've hit my 10,000 hours. I don't know about being an expert. I'm teaching myself to DJ. The people start off helping you, but it falls off after 3 months. I feel like you're pretty good from what I've seen, but I don't... Like, I know, like, DJs on Twitch. I haven't been to, like, too many, like, events where there are other DJs, you know? And I'd say you're pretty skillful. You started during the pandemic? You're welcome. You're welcome. But I'm excited about the future. I know it'll be a lot of work, you know, building up a clientele list, and so I have a list. It's just small, but I know it'll be a lot of work to, you know, get people in the door. But I feel like once people are in the door, they'll want to stay, you know. So I've taught kids as young as 6. Have I eaten today? Does a piece of cake count? I've been ripping and running around. I had like 2 sips of coffee, half a bottle of water, and a piece of cake. meant to eat like a sandwich or something, but I was like, I'm gonna make chicken sandwiches for dinner. I'm not gonna make myself a ham and turkey sandwich and then turn around in a couple hours and eat a chicken sandwich. It's too many sandwiches in a day. I can't believe it's been 2 hours already. I feel like this does not look like 2 hours of work compared to last week's image. I mean, not last week, 2 days ago's image. The full canvas. I'm like, why does this look weird? I bumped the camera, that's why. Yeah, I feel like this compared to the other image does not look like an additional 2 hours. But, you know, art is like that sometimes. Art is like that sometimes. Changed some bookshelf stuff and added some wood texture. And changed the carpet. That's, about all we did today. I did update these rocks too, but yeah, lots of fine detailing. I don't know if I'll have time to work on this over the weekend. I don't know if I'll pick this back up on stream next Thursday. I'm not sure. But you guys stay tuned, and I will be posting updates and things about my place and about my studio. But I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy about it. But thank you guys to everyone who is watching, whether you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy life to watch me paint and ramble. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Like I said, I'm not going to be streaming next Tuesday because I get my keys next Tuesday. But I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Stay safe, stay hydrated. It is hot out there. Thank you, DJ Cal. I appreciate you. And I will catch you hopefully next Thursday. If not, then maybe the Tuesday after that. I'll post if things change. But yeah, you guys have a great weekend.